Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you're as excited as I am for this video. I've been neglecting the 350 and this channel and all of you for a very long time, more than I can even count. I don't know how long it's been since I made a video. I think like a month it's been. So I've also not been driving the Z, this car, not that car. I haven't been driving it for a long time, and the reason being, it was overheating and there was something wrong with the radiator. I think it was cracked at some point, I don't know where, but I just recently replaced it. I drove it around the other day, fell in love all over again. All this stuff was on Instagram, so if you don't follow me, it's here or here. So I'm gonna start doing more things to it, which will hopefully help me get back into the channel and hopefully get me back into doing more stuff. Make this thing looking nice again. It still has a different colored trunk, like you can see. This camera's gonna fall. So it still has a different colored trunk, and I need to change that. That's somewhere back there, and somewhere here is like the glass. Regardless, that has nothing to do with today's video. Today, I am actually gonna be painting the interior panels on the car. As in, my panels, just the, I guess, dash, just the middle part, middle console, not the whole thing, just like the, if you have a 350, you know what I'm talking about. They are infamous for getting all their paint scuffed off and all. Let me show you what we're actually working with today. I love Gorilla Pods, but I spend a good 2 minutes just trying to make it stand straight. I thought that was the whole point. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see, it's all scratched up here and some here and some over here, and it's a mess. It doesn't look good. And I actually have one of the better dashes, I think. Like that, yeah, that's pretty bad. Some people have it much worse than mine actually is. This is it's in pretty good shape, I'd say, but I still want to paint it and make it all shiny and clean and looking really good. And people usually paint the side trims on the doors while they're doing this dash thing too, but mine are actually in pretty good shape, surprisingly, so I'm not gonna do that. Wait, let me check this side. Okay, so mine's in pretty good shape, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm only painting the middle dash, and I'll show you what you guys need for this. I'm an expert. I watched like 3 videos on this, so should be good. Right, so as far as the things we're gonna use today, it's literally 2 things. These are the only 2 things that we need. I got these at Home Depot, so you can find it at your local hardware store, or I'm sure AutoZone probably has it. This is 800 grit sandpaper. It's very soft. It's not too rough to take off all the texture on the dash, because that's important. And we have paint. What I've seen people do is they use adhesion promoter and then they lay over the paint. Adhesion promoter is basically primer. I couldn't find adhesion promoter at Home Depot. I didn't want to go anywhere else, so this will do, because it's paint plus primer. And make sure you get the one that's for plastic, because that's what we're going to be painting. Let's go inside, take off the dash, and then I need to wash it to get rid of all the contaminants that's been built up over the years, and we should be getting ready to paint. Alright, you don't really need to use much effort to take this off. It should just... Alright, mine literally just pushed it from back here and it came off. But if you have some plastic trim removers, those things that go in between, you can use that too. I'm just gonna finally pull on it. This is hard to do with 2 hands, so bear with me for a second. You do have a cable here, make sure to take it out. That goes to your AC and heat controls. There's also tabs, I don't know if you can see it. It's back here, that goes to the other displays on top. Alright, this one's out too. Okay, as you can see, this is the dash itself. It's just backwards. There are some screws here that I need to take out so I can get this whole display out of here. And I think that's about it. And then I'll take her in to wash it. Alright, so I washed everything up, dried it very well, so make sure to dry it very well because you don't want water streaking down anywhere when you're painting. But you can see how bad this paint is. Kind of stood out more when I washed it. And this is the texture that I was talking about. I don't know if it's visible. Yeah, there we go. So there is a little bit of texture on there that I'm trying to keep. So I'm gonna use the sandpaper now and sand everything down, and then we'll get to painting. I'll start with this. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I don't know how well you can tell, but I sanded everything down. This one is good to go. I'm just gonna quickly wipe it with some alcohol, so that way I know there's nothing on it from sanding. There shouldn't be, because this is a very light sand. You know, it's no big deal. Looks good. Alright, time to paint. Make sure you place the panels to somewhere that you can get all angles easily. Put on cardboard or something, doesn't matter. Just make sure it's somewhere that you can, you know, easily reach all sides. Light coats, don't forget light coats. We're probably doing more than one coat anyways. I'd say about like 3, but light coats. We are gonna do another coat. Let me show you. Alright, so this is what it looks like so far. This is only the first coat, by the way. So, damn, it's pretty shiny. So the paint that I got is actually gloss black, as you can see. But if you'd like, you can get flat black, white, or whatever color you want, to be honest with you. But I want to keep it as close to OEM as possible. The OEM one is like some sort of charcoal, I think. But I think black is fine, it looks good. And hopefully by the end of this, it'll look even better. I'm actually gonna let that rest for like, I don't know, like 10 to 15 minutes for the first coat. And then I'll put a second coat, and depending on how we're doing, I guess I'll just put the third coat on. And then we should be done and good to go. After that, I'm gonna have to let it rest overnight so the paint can fully cure. I'm not in a hurry at all, so it could just stay overnight. I advise you to let it stay overnight. I think that's better for the paint to be 100% and looking real good. Alright, fast forward like, I think like an hour later, I just put on a fourth coat. I waited like 20 minutes, I'd say, about between coats. Just waited for it to dry fully. I just put on the fourth coat. Let me show you how that looks. So with the limited light in here, I think you can see it pretty well. And here's this one. So they are pretty shiny right now, and I think they'll still have some shine when it's fully dry, because I did get gloss black paint, so that's why this whole thing is like shiny. Also, I just put on a new coat, so it's still wet. So I'm gonna let that dry overnight so the paint can really cure and be top-notch. I will be back tomorrow, and hopefully these will be good. And depending on how it feels, I might even put a clear coat on it just to protect it. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Fast forward 24-ish hours later, it's the next day. It's all dry and it looks so good. I can't even explain it. I hope the camera picks it up well. But here they are. Same exact spot where I left off. So last night I did put the 4th coat on it and just dried off. I know it doesn't look dry, but it's gloss black, so that's what it looks like. It's kind of like shiny all over. It does look really nice though. Let me put it in the light. So the texture is still there. Looks really dope. I really like how it turned out. If you don't like it to shine this much, I guess you could get like a flat black or a flat charcoal. I think that's what the color that this actually comes in. All these panels. But I went with gloss black. I like how it looks. I'm happy. I'm happy with the way it turned out. So I'm gonna go and put those back on the car, and hopefully inside they'll look even better. I don't know what this hand is. I don't know what it's doing, but anyways, let's go. I just put everything back together. It looks super clean and super awesome. I'm gonna let it like sit there before I do anything for a couple more days, so it can really like, you know, fully cure and the paint's all good to go before I even try to like wipe it down or anything like that. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so here it is. Don't mind all the dirtiness of my car. Let me try to put some good light. So it is really shiny, but that was the whole point. It does look wet, but I promise it's not. See? Maybe the light's glaring on it too much, but let me see. Alright, so I guess that's just what it looks like. The texture is still there. It's just a little shiny. I didn't paint those. I didn't really care for it, but if you want, you can paint it. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Excuse me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like the video, and let me know how it turned out. If you like it or not. You can get a different color for it, like I said before. That's all up to you. But that's it. I'll see you next time. Peace out.